In a world where everyone says hello,
they dare to say,
g'day.
Yeah, g'day.
Yeah, g'day!
Yeah, g'day. Yes. Good day. Yeah. G'day. Yeah. G'day. Yeah.
Day.
Yeah. Good day.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
good day.
G'day. Hey. Yeah. G'day. Yeah. G'day, Tim.
Yeah, g'day, Leon.
Yeah. G'day, everyone.
Yeah, g'day, everyone.
Oh, welcome to Yeah G'day, the podcast about Australia.
Yes. Welcome.
I
to
thought
the
that was
pod-
very succinct.
It's very succinct.
End of the episode. And
We're
yeah, g'day everyone. See you later.
Straight into it.
I think people need to know that we are the only Australian podcast at all, and we are the only Australian podcast that talks about Australia as well. So we have one subcategory, but then we're the sub of that subcategory.
Yeah, we don't acknowledge anybody else.
Every other Australian podcast is actually made offshore. They send it away to get produced, and it's in the fine print. But we're the only.
Don't look into that because we don't have any supporting claims. But it's definitely true.
Definitely delete every podcast that says Australian aside from ours.
Definitely.
Except for that one called Yeah Good Morning. I think they're trying to do us, but it's not working.
Yeah, they probably are.
No, we're
whiz.
having a bit of a laugh.
Man, last week was a bit intellectual, wasn't it?
It was.
We took things up a notch in terms of intellect.
We did raise our intellect to a whole new level. Robbie, as we were calling him, Rob Dog.
Not to his face.
No, God, no. Oh, God, I don't want to get killed. No. It was good. I bought a copy of that for Dad for his birthday.
Oh, that's nice.
So he'll probably read it, I hope.
I would definitely hope so.
But that was good fun. We had fun.
We did have fun.
Had a laugh.
But yeah, now we've raised it to an intellectual level. I feel like we have to keep our subject matter intellectual.
Oh yeah, like we can't
keep our discussion on a higher level.
Yeah, we can't take it back down. Tim, you know what I've always found the highest level of intellectuality?
What's that?
Is that a word? Intellectuality?
It is now. Once it's been presented on our show, it exists.
Once it's poom? What's wrong with you?
It's like our introduction.
What? Okay, so you know what I think the highest level of being an intellectual is?
What's that?
I believe it is the age-old art form of a debate.
Well, actually, you would be correct by Roman standards. In ancient Rome, it was considered a valuable asset to be able to argue well.
It is, and I am actually a master debater, and I'm very good at mass debates. What are you...
I don't know.
What are you laughing at?
I don't know.
I don't understand. But because of this, Tim,
yeah,
I think now is the time that we should we should split up for once. I think we should go against each other.
Get on different sides of the of the argument.
Yeah, get on the different sides of the sauce bottle.
Ooh, the sauce bottle.
The sauce bottle. Well,
what a saucy hint.
It is a saucy hint. I don't know, Tim. Like, if we're going to debate something, it's got to be powerful. It's got to be important to Australia.
Something that means a lot to Australians. Yeah,
some kind of national icon. But something that there are people that are on one side or the other. I'm thinking, now this is just off the top of my head, no preparation whatsoever.
Not even slight.
No, I'm thinking meat pies and sausage rolls.
Oh, that's easy. Sausage rolls will win for sure.
That is where you are incorrect, because meat pies will win.
Well, it looks like we're both got an interesting angle on this.
That was the end of my debate.
I don't think it's an interesting angle. But
thank you, Chairperson. Thank you, Speaker. Tim is wrong.
Yes.
Thank you. So let's debate meat pies and sausage rolls.
Meat pies versus sausage
rolls. For
rolls.
those of you that are trying to work out what we're talking about, let's just cut straight to the chase. We're not talking about fancy pies that you'd get at a restaurant. We're not talking about fancy sausage rolls that you'd make at home. We're talking about the shit that you pick up in the freezer section or in the servo oven, if you want to call it an oven.
Yeah. The sort of shit you ate at your friend's party when you were, between the ages of 5 and 26.
5 and 80?
Yeah.
80, I think, is the cutoff for that.
Yeah.
Enjoyed. Yeah, it says ages 5 to 80 on the box. Otherwise, you can't have them. I will, I'll give this, though, is that in this debate that we're about to have, I'll get this out of the way first. Party pies and sausage rolls are a whole different ball game, and they're both just as good as each other.
Oh, wait, no way. I've totally prepared an argument with that sort of thing in mind.
Okay, fine. I retract my
no.
statement. Hey,
Oh,
hey,
no.
Tim. Hey,
You know what? I turned my phone on airplane mode and I forgot to turn off to turn off an alarm that I had set for 2:00. Well done.
What are you
Tim.
doing at 2:00? We're recording a podcast. What do you have planned?
It's from a couple of days ago and I forgot to turn it off.
Okay, whatever. The whole argument's ruined now. Who is going first?
Since you seem to be so confident, you can. How we're going to do this? You can present your case, and then I'll present my rebuttals.
Yeah.
And then I'll present my case for sausage rolls.
Okay.
And then we'll just finish it off and declare me the winner. Or if you wanted to say something at the end, I guess that's okay.
Yeah, I think some of your ideas are wrong there, meaning that you'll win. But that's fine. You're allowed to be wrong.
All right, here we go.
I was on the debating team, so hold on to your testicles, because they might get put in a meat pie.
Science.
Chairperson,
Yes.
people of the opposition.
Yes. They're one and the same in this instance.
I'd like to talk to you about meat pies.
Yeah.
A national food, a national icon. On the Australian flag since 1901, the year of Federation.
It's a very small image.
You
can't see it.
It's hidden in the Union Jack. Tim, chairperson, opposition. The meat pie is defined on Wikipedia as a hand-sized meat pie containing diced or minced meat and gravy, sometimes with onion, mushroom, or cheese, and often consumed as a takeaway food snack.
You know what I really love in a definition? When it uses the same word to define
You
itself.
see, a meat pie is a meat pie.
Yeah.
Now, with the meat pie, its main ingredients are diced or minced meat and gravy. The meat pie, Tim,
Right.
opposition, chairperson, is so iconic in Australia and New Zealand, but that's lesser, that it was described as the former New South Wales Premier Bob Carr. And gosh, what a man, what a mighty, mighty man of... Like, he had good taste because he liked meat pies. It was Australia's national dish is what he called it. In Victoria, where we currently are, the pie brand 4 and 20 produces 50,000 pies per hour.
Jeez.
Per hour, Tim.
That's a couple, isn't it?
The average Australian consumes about 12 meat pies per year, and if I switch to my other tab, that will tell me that adds up to about 270 million pies a year.
That's a couple.
Yeah, so you've already lost so far. Tim, I would like to read an extract for you from the Food Standards website, because I think this is very good to understand what's actually in a meat pie, and I think the world needs to know what we're putting in our pies before I can argue why they're so good. So, the Food Standards Code stipulates that a meat pie must contain a minimum of 25% of meat flesh. According to the code, meat flesh means the skeletal muscle of the carcass of any buffalo, camel, cattle, deer, goat, hare, pig, poultry, rabbit, or sheep slaughtered other than in a wild state, i.e. not bushmeat, plus any attached animal rind, fat, connective tissue, nerve, blood, and blood vessels. So maybe that wasn't actually good for my argument. I'm just kind of...
It sounds like they can pretty much put whatever the fuck they want in, as long as it's not caught in the wild.
Yeah, no, but kangaroo
not caught in the
testicle
wild.
from a battery kangaroo is quite good, I find. Meat pies, Tim, are not just a delicious food to have at parties, not just a delicious dinner time food, not just a delicious lunch food, but Tim, it is the heart of Australia. It is a meal of tradies and truck drivers who without them Australia would stop. Without their meat pie in the morning with their bottle of Coke, without their irrigation that they've given themselves at 6 a.m. in the morning to clean themselves out in the porta potty, they wouldn't get their work done. No bricklaying would get done. Stop typing fucking notes, all right? I can hear you.
Taking down my rebuttals.
Your rebuttals are shit. Without meat pies, Australia would stop. Tim, in 1970, there was a commercial with a song so iconic that I think we should be using it as our national anthem.
Right.
And the words revolved around the fact of... I've just forgotten them because they're so iconic.
They're so iconic.
They're so
that
iconic.
They've completely been
It
removed
was
from your memory.
Football, meat pies, kangaroos,
Mm.
and Holden cars.
Holden cars.
It was a Holden ad, bloody good on your Holden, in 1970. Think about that. Everyone just think about it. Let it sink in. Football, meat pies, kangaroos, and Holden cars. Nothing more Australian than any of that. Unless Holden got bought out by another country, which they may have recently. But in 1970, there was nothing more Australian than those things.
Of course.
Tim,
right.
Nothing beats going to the footy. You know how much we love the footy. Everyone knows how much you and I love the footy. Nothing beats going to the footy, sitting down next to your mate. Oh, it doesn't even have to be your mate. He'll be your mate after this. With a hot meat pie, burning the inside of your mouth, which you've grown up some kind of callus to from eating them as a young child.
Yeah, right.
A beer in one hand, tomato sauce in the other.
Where's the pie? Which hand's the
It's
pie?
already gone, Tim. You just swallow it whole and you put it in. You get that juicy mince meat and gravy flowing everywhere. You're throwing it at the football players. They're dousing themselves in it. They're running around the field. They're wrestling in it. I don't know if you noticed, but the inside of a football's actually got meat pie inside it, so that at the end of the game they pop it and they the winner gets to eat from there.
Yeah, sure.
The loser gets a sausage roll.
Sounds like you're making up shit because you don't have many more facts about meat pies.
That is incorrect. Meat pies are so important, Tim, that even the rest of the world has caught on. Think about Sweeney Todd. They sing about 4 and 20 meat pies and how good they are with the animal carcass inside. I
do remember the Sondheim lyrics specifically referring to the brand 4 and 20 meat pies.
Yeah. Could you have a 4 and 20 pie? Yeah, it's my favorite part of the musical. But Tim, more than anything, more than words. The meat pie is actually our most powerful weapon in the war. Because if you've ever been to a party where party pies have been brought out, have you ever had one that wasn't as hot as magma and burns your insides?
Well,
that's a war tactic.
Yeah.
That's a war tactic. And us Australians know that you just leave it till nighttime. They have a nice cold meat pie. It's always great.
Oh, no, I was going to say something positive about pies just then, but I held it back. I says.
Tim, my last point. Speaker, chairperson, opposition. Is about procreation. Okay. And how important this is.
Where are you going with this?
Tim, I'd like to read you an extract from essentialbaby.com.au.
Right.
It comes from Rumour Has It, user Rumour Has It. 11th of February 2010. Are we allowed to eat meat pies? Been wanting one for ages with heaps of tomato sauce. Are they forbidden food? Love to get responses. She's 13 weeks pregnant, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 people responded to that because they were so passionate about the fact that these ladies should know that meat pies are okay when you're pregnant. As long as you heat it up yourself, you don't get it from the server. That's a dangerous game to play. But they're fine to have when you're pregnant, according to this website. Don't trust anything that I say.
Because nobody knows better than a group of mothers on a forum.
Tim, essentialbabies.com.au is by mothers for mothers.
Oh, of course.
I think I'm going to close with a line from Banjo Patterson. Which goes, I love a sunburnt country, meat pies on the horizon, kangaroos, football, meat pies, Holden cars, the man from Snowy River, and Bluey the cattle dog.
I know some Banjo
The Easter
Patterson.
Show.
I'm not aware of this particular poem.
And then it ends with a haiku. Harold Holt, refrigerator, ducks, meat pies, Holden cars, sausage rolls. Wait, shit.
You definitely passed your syllable limit there, buddy.
I don't know.
Yeah, good.
Thank you, Speaker. Thank you, Chairperson. I'll take the prize now. We'll end the podcast. As always, gudday, Tim.
Hey
gudday,
there.
everyone.
Watch it, sir. I have some things to say. Look, you raised some good points.
Excellent points, thank you.
You did continue to call call meat pies Australian. Let's not forget that both the meat pie and the sausage roll originated overseas, in Britain, I believe, or around that region, France, Britain.
I was going to say sausage rolls are French.
It's not here, so it's all the same place, really. Look, my first rebuttal, and you touched on it yourself. When you cook a pie, the inside is like fucking magma.
Yep.
You can't eat it. It makes your mouth, like it burns the inside of your mouth. You can't taste it.
Yeah.
You can't taste it.
It makes you yearn for it more.
Yeah. I wish I could taste the thing I was eating.
It hurts my mouth. I want to eat it.
It's not suitable. And that leads me to the next thing. Pies are too sloppy.
How dare
Because they're full of gravy and meat. If you bite a pie in the wrong way, That shit's going to be all over your lap. You're going to have third-degree burns.
You realize your
all
argument
over
was
you.
just there's too much good stuff in this?
No. It's all about the containers are too flimsy, and tradies and truck drivers, they need a snack, a breakfast, a hearty breakfast that they can hold in their hand and not get scalding hot meat sauce all over their laps. And I'll tell you what that is. It's the humble sausage roll.
Steady on. Hold on 1 second. Are you the man who yesterday bought a packet of 4 and 20 Vegemite pies as well as a packet of 4 and 20 egg and bacon pies, which sounds very much like a breakfast food?
Speaker, I'd like to point out that we had not agreed to do this particular podcast topic at the time of my buying those pies. And I had recently seen an ad for the Vegemite pies and thought, fuck, those look good.
And they are. And
I
they
haven't
will
had
be.
them yet. But that's irrelevant.
All right,
What
give me
you're
your
saying is
shitty
irrelevant.
argument. I'm ready to receive it.
All right. Well, that's my argument. The sausage roll. The sausage roll. It's much easier to eat. If you were wandering, and you're going to go on a walk in the bush, right? It's important to take something with you that's easy to eat. But also, if you were lost in the bush, you could follow the sausage roll crumbs back because those fuckers are flaky and they'd be sitting all on the ground. You could tell exactly where you'd been. You would never get lost. Could a pie do that? No.
Yes.
Possibly. But not as well. Not as well. Look, I've always been a sausage roll man myself. I came to pies later in life because as a child, sausage rolls were easier to eat. And I think that's true of most Australian children. You start with a sausage roll. It's an entry. It's a gateway.
It's a gateway drug.
It's a gateway meat pastry product. And because it's the gateway, it's the original and it's the best. You can get different flavors, and don't tell me you can get different flavors of pies because I didn't think that through before I said it, and I'm just registering that right now. You can get garlic in the meat.
Oh, is that? That's yep. Wow.
I've had one with cheese on it.
Oh man,
that was good.
God, just slow down.
I've had one that was kind of tomatoey already because you put tomato sauce with a sausage roll.
Okay, good. Yeah. Keep going. Yeah, keep telling me all the flavors you can get.
They come in different sizes. It's very hard to get different sizes of pie. You either get a big pie or a party pie. Sausage roll, much more versatile. You can get king size. You can get tiny ones.
Who does king size? 4 and 20?
Yeah. 4 and 20 does everything, mate.
I've never seen a king size.
4 and 20 sponsor us.
They do. They will.
It's easier to eat. That's what I have to say about it. Yeah, I don't have a lot of arguments.
I would say you have slim to none in your argument.
Oh, I just like them. I think they're delicious.
Look, if this argument was based on likes, then we'd all lose because everyone likes meat pies. Is that all you got? That's all you're bringing to the table. That was your argument. What song do you have? Do you have a song that goes with it? No, I didn't think so.
I can't think of a song. There probably would be one, right? I don't know. Let me look it up.
You're going to look it up whilst I argue how your argument was bad?
Sausage roll song. There's one called I Love Sausage Rolls by Madman. One. There's just one.
Would that just be a reworking of I Love Rock and Roll?
Yeah, probably.
What about sausage rolls?
It's a long way to the shop if you want a sausage roll.
But do you see the fact of that song?
Yeah.
It's telling you how bad sausage rolls are because it's just a long way to the shop if you want a sausage roll. You know where it's a short way to the shop if you want a meat pie?
The shop would be the same location, equidistance, regardless of what product you were getting.
If you were more
you could be going
wrong,
for an
you'd be
oak
dead.
chocolate milk. It's still the same distance.
Okay, we're not arguing chocolate milk flavors right now. Yes, I was actually just transmitting that song to you telepathically because I remembered it, but I didn't want to give it to you because that would be part of your argument.
Long way to the shop. I believe pretty much everyone anyone's sung that song at some point.
Yeah. AC/DC did a cover of it. They did Long Way to the Top, which was a cover of Long Way to the Shop if you want a sausage roll. Yeah. That's it? That's what you've got?
I just like them.
This is not a good argument.
I just like them, okay?
Did you do debating at school?
No, I didn't.
Obviously.
Actually. Look, I was very intellectual last week, and I'm quite drained.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Drained. I actually really want a sausage roll. And, okay, let's talk about... Have you ever had a sausage roll when you're drunk?
No, I eat kebabs when I'm drunk.
Oh, my God. a sausage roll when you're drunk is the shit.
It is shit, correct.
No, the.
Oh, I
The
see. Sorry.
shit.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
The
It is
shit.
the shittest thing.
I'm
Tim.
losing this. I already know I'm losing.
Timothy, Daryl, Nikki, Gabby, Green.
This. Those are all of my names.
We'll have to talk about that in a second as well, because there seems to be some confusion with Nikki, Gabby, Green at the moment. We'll get to that. Tim, I'm going to talk about flavors first. Let's talk about pies. Beef and mushroom, beef and onion, chicken pies, chicken meat pies.
Chicken meat pies isn't.
It's very
isn't that the
different.
same
You
as a
heard
chicken pie?
25% minimum meat. You've got the egg and bacon. You have Vegemite. You have ones with tomato in them already. You have like lamb and rosemary pies. You have pies everywhere, and so much to drink. There are more pie flavors than there are Australians, actually. There's more than 25 million. How many? Anyway.
23 million in Australia.
There was 20 million when I was in school. I also want to touch on this idea that tradies and truck drivers, the most capable of Australians, the most hands-on of Australians, the blood and sweat of this country, can't handle a meat pie whilst driving. That's bloody inconsiderate. It's actually downright wrong, Tim. It's
Right.
downright wrong.
Yeah. When do you launch your election campaign?
Yeah.
Which are you going for? State, federal? What are we doing here?
The Prime Minister says that a fight with you is like a fight with newspapers. I challenge the 5-minute Prime Minister to a fight with newspapers. What were your other crappy arguments? You could find your way back. Yeah, well, if a meat pie is sloppy, you'd find your way back by seeing the meat on the ground that you've dropped, which you do drop meat pies. It's part of the fun, because then you feed the native wildlife. You feed the animals.
Yeah. No.
Then you make into meat pies.
yeah. No, you can't catch them. You can't.
No,
They
you can't.
have to be reared from.
I think that was it in terms of your crappy arguments. You only had like 3 arguments that are all bad, so it wasn't really a real argument. How
just like
much?
'em.
Okay, here's a question
Mm.
about meat pies. Sorry, I'm getting really emotional and phlegmy. With a meat pie, how do you eat it?
How do I eat it?
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple of different ways, isn't there?
Yeah, but ask how do you eat it?
Oh, how I eat it? Oh,
No,
sorry.
yeah, sorry. Sorry, did I stutter?
It depends on the setting. Sometimes if I'm on the run, I'll just...
When you go for a morning run, you grab a meat pie.
yeah. If I've just finished off at the gym...
2.5 marathon.
you just chuck the tomato sauce on the top, you eat it just the regular style. That's the sloppy version.
That is the classic as
Sometimes if I'm having it as dinner, I like to do it a little bit fancier.
Oh.
You lift the top, you
Yep.
lift the lid off it,
well.
you put tomato sauce on that and you eat that. Then you
Yep.
put tomato sauce into it and mix it up with the meat
Yep.
and eat that out of the pie, basically like a bowl of cereal.
Yep.
Then you put more tomato sauce
In the
on the
pastry.
shell and you eat that.
That is now. I am un-Australian in the fact that I don't use sauce on my pie because they're too bloody good without it.
Ugh.
But I also don't like tomato sauce. But that's how I eat. I take the top off. I think I usually leave the top till last because if you do the top right, the top is the best part of the
Oh
pie.
yeah, it's always like really like soft pastry.
But the base, you can't fuck up the base. The base is always good. But yeah, so you get your fork, you just scoop out all the meat, you eat all the meat, and then you just eat the pastry because the pastry is always very good. There are people that do the thing where they either like, and the reason this shits me off is that it really messes the sauce bottle where they just like punch it into the middle of the pie and
No,
then
don't
squeeze it
ever
into
put
the
it in.
internals.
No.
Yeah, because then they're double dipping their sauce into pies. But then there are also people that will just kind of like lift up a little side of the thing and just squeeze it into the insides and then they eat it whole.
Interesting.
I actually patent pending, TM, trademark, copyright. I came up with an idea for a pie in university. It's not really a pie; it's a way of eating pie. It's called pie in a cup. So think about a disposable cup that you have for coffee or tea or hot chocolates.
Right.
And in that pie, in that cup, you would have a pie instead, so that when you were eating it, it would be contained in this little thing. But then you would kind of peel away the cup as you kind of went further and further down.
Kind of more like a cone almost.
Yeah, but every time if something was going to drop out of it, because it would like fall into the cup in a way, hopefully. Actually, that would mean I have to kind of make a reverse cup that was bigger at the bottom. Anyway, but that was my idea for a pie in a cup, and I maintain it's the best idea I've ever had.
It's actually not a terrible idea.
It's
yeah.
not. If anyone steals it, I will destroy you.
Yeah.
I know people in high places.
It's an interesting idea.
I've got to talk to 4 and 20 next week. I'm just going to the office.
But look, debate aside,
It's really no debate. They're both as good as each other, aren't they?
Yeah, pies and sausage rolls have been part of my life for as long as I can remember. You used to have lunch orders, get them in your lunch order.
Yep, yeah. Look, I do have to agree with you. The sloppiness of a meat pie does sometimes deter me from eating them.
And they're fucking scalding.
But
hot.
I would never pick a sausage roll over a meat pie. So if I wasn't going to have a meat pie, I wouldn't have a sausage roll.
I would.
Party pies, cold party pies are like my fucking vice. When a party pie's been sitting out at the party and you've started either drinking, or when you're a kid and you just had too much soft drink, and then it's like 3 hours later and there's like 10 party pies and you can just smash them into your mouth.
At every party, there's different stages. Because the pies and sausage rolls are never there when you get to the party. They're never cooked when you first get there.
No, that'd be unruly.
They come out probably an hour and a half to 2 hours into the party when everyone's already pretty drunk at this point.
Yeah.
Scalding hot.
Yeah.
You really can't have them. You have a couple. Oh, yeah, you've satisfied your hunger.
Yeah.
Then there's a second stage, which is the one you're
The second wave.
talking about. Later on in the night, after everyone's even drunker,
Yeah.
and people are like, oh, I'm hungry again. And then you realize there's still party pies and sausage rolls. They're cold. They're delicious.
They're so good.
Then there's stage 3.
Is that leftovers?
That's the next day. They've been in the fridge. Those bad boys are prime cold, and they are, how you say, delicious.
I don't know about
Great
you, but
hangover
when I was
food.
in high school, I used to come home and smash like 2 frozen pies. Not frozen, I'd cook them.
I ate
just
them
crunch them. But like 2 frozen pies, 'cause I was just so hungry. But I do want to just let everyone in on a little secret. I know people. I may or may not know people that worked for Sergeant Pies. I may or may not know people.
Sergeants. That's a great brand of pie that we didn't mention for the rest of the argument. Sergeants is a great brand of pie.
Tim, it is a great brand. Not as good as 4 and 20 who sponsor us who live in Victoria and work with Vegemite. TM. I don't know why I'm trademarking their name.
TM,
Look, there are a great brand.
Harry Potter, TM.
However, the only difference between branded pies and home brand and cheap pies are the little label that goes on them. They are literally the exact same innards.
But that tasty pastry label.
That's true. Peeling the pastry label off of a Sergeant's pie or something, off a Sergeant's pie was great. But look, as you say, there's no argument here because sausage rolls and meat pies are just as Australian as each other.
Yes,
They're
sir.
important. We took them from Britain. We took them from France. We took them from the Greeks. We took them from the Romans. We've taken them from New Zealand. America.
I saw an article that they came up with something called puff dogs, and they were claiming that they invented it. It was basically just like a Frankfurt in pastry.
Oh, that's like toad in a blanket, isn't it? Is that what that
Yeah,
is?
a pig's in a blanket or
Pig in
something.
a blanket, yeah,
and they
yeah.
were claiming they invented sausage rolls.
Nope.
America, you're wrong.
Always.
We love you, but you're wrong.
Supposedly they were like shown sausage rolls and they were all freaking out because they had no idea what the fuck they were.
Delicious is what they are.
They're good. I do maintain the most Australian thing about meat pies and sausage rolls is number 1, tradies and fucking eating them for breakfast, which is just batshit crazy. Like
I've done it.
because they're
I've
up at
been
like
there, though.
they're up at 4 a.m. Those guys, they get up at 4 a.m. and go to work, and they pop into 7-Eleven. They get a bottle of Coke and a fucking 4 and 20 meat pie and have a dart on the way.
And if you get the bottle of Coke at the right time of year, you get a Mars bar with it for an extra $1 as well.
For those of you playing at
I've
home,
been there.
a
I've
dart
been
is
down
a
that
cigarette
road.
for I don't know if dart's a universal term for cigarette. Neither
Having
is
a dart.
durry.
Durry is a
Durry's
cigarette
the-
also.
But it is very like if I think of Terry being the most Australian man that I know. Happy
Uncle
birthday,
Tez.
Terry, by the way. It's
Yeah.
his birthday. I think meat pies, sausage rolls, and a bottle of Coke
And a dart.
and a couple of beers. Back in the day, a dart, yeah, for sure.
Good on him.
Tim.
That's pies and sausage rolls.
It is. If you've never had them, we'll have to send them to you because I think that if you found them in America, they'd be shit.
Probably.
They'd mess it up. And Britain's probably got it going on. And New Zealand, actually, they eat as many meat pies as we do.
Yeah.
So, as I said before, it's 12 meat pies per person a year in Australia on average. It's 15 meat pies or 16 meat pies per person on average per year in New Zealand. But they only have 66 million pies a year because there's less people.
I don't think I've had a pie this year yet, so I'm going to really have to... I got a lot of catch up to do.
Well, you bought 8 pies yesterday.
Don't tell them my shopping list.
Tim bought 8 pies. I bought crunchy chocolate and some I bought Zappos. We have to talk about Zappos at some point.
Yeah, radio.
Right. So, who wins? Meat pies.
Probably you. My
Meat pies.
argument was not very good.
Meat pies.
I just
better.
like them.
And because You can buy a fancified, in quotation marks, meat pie where it's like the thicker chunks of meat for like the same price at the frozen food section.
Chunky beef.
It's phenomenal. Yeah. Chunky beef pies are out of this world. It's like chunky chicken pies. Oh my God. Oh, fucking hell.
All right.
Tim.
Yes.
What do you got for me?
I have a Dadvice letter. We missed it last week.
We did miss it, but we got all the Dadvice from Robert Drew. He was.
Oh, he gave us some firm Dadvice.
Every bit of his vice.
But this one we've actually got a letter.
Letter. I love letters.
A letter came via email. I'll read it out to you.
Sorry, is it a letter or an email?
Well, I mean, is an email not a letter?
They mailed us this letter through the electronic form.
An email is a letter. It's just an electronic letter.
Sure. Okay.
It's still called a letter.
Whatever you want to, whatever helps you sleep at night.
All right.
Yeah. What do you got?
Okay. It says, "Hello, Leon and Tim."
Hello.
Should have used my name first, but that's okay. My name is Rachel, and I'm writing to ask for some advice. I think she means dadvice.
Yeah, classic.
My maths teacher has been giving us a lot of homework lately, and I just can't fit it all in around hanging out with my friends at the local Red Rooster. In brackets, she says, "We listen to Yeah G'day on loudspeaker from our phones while we stare at people walking in and out with their chicken."
Yep. Yes, they would.
Don't they understand I have a social life? They always put me into tension when I don't do it, and then I can't even see my friends at lunch either! Exclamation mark. It's so stupid. Anyway, what should I do? Thanks, guys. Rachel is her name.
So I'm struggling. The question.
How does I think what she's asking is,
how does she get her maths homework done whilst also being able to go to Red Rooster to listen to Yeah G'day with her friends?
How can she avoid doing her maths homework or get it done a bit quicker? Mr. Teacher, what do you got to say? You've surely seen some
shit, yeah.
Some doozies.
I've seen some
of bad
doozies.
homework excuses.
I've seen some doozies where I've asked for like at least a page and a kid will give me a sentence and I'm like, this took you all night, did it? Screw you and your low literacy levels.
Be better.
Yeah, stop being less smart. So, Rachel was it? It was Rachel, wasn't
It's
it?
Rachel.
Yeah, Rachel, all right, mate. First of all, you walk into that bloody classroom and you say, "Listen here, Mr. Dickhead."
Even if it's a woman.
Mr. and or Mrs. Dickhead. I don't want to be gender normative. What I listen to and learn from Yeah G'day in one episode is more than I'll fucking learn from this institution in my entire life. When will I need to know trigonometry? What I need to know is the Emu War, you idiot. And see how far that gets you.
Yeah. I'd follow that up with, if you're spending time at Red Rooster, you're learning maths anyway. You're learning quarters. You're learning halves. You're learning a full chicken.
And you're also
if you're getting a classic quarter back, you know exactly how much chicken you're getting. You got to work out whether the quarter at the back is larger than the quarter at the front, because those quarters are not equal. I don't care what they say. If you get a leg quarter at Red Rooster, it's not the same.
There's
as a
not
breast
enough meat.
quarter.
You got to always get a breast piece.
You got to get a breast piece. You're learning.
You're learning how much you can get for $5.
Yeah.
You're learning.
Is it worth getting a large over a regular?
You're learning that there are deals that if you buy more, you get more for less. So you can get $1 gravy, or you can get $1 large chips. For only $1 instead of $4. You're learning more lessons than you'll ever learn from any book.
And here's a bloody good tip.
Unless
for you,
the book is
Rachel.
Whitbird.
Here's a bloody good tip. At the back of your maths book is an answer section.
Oh my God.
And
that's
here's
the
what I
best
used to
tip.
do. It's just copy straight from that motherfucker. And when they ask where your working is, you say, "Oh, I did it on a separate piece of paper," which they do not believe, but they're not going to call you out on it. They'll just say, "Do it in the book," and then you're fine.
Rachel, I made it through 4 years of maths in high school using that technique. And I then became a fully qualified teacher. So who's laughing now? That was the best trick. It's also very good because it means that you can spend all the time you want at Red Rooster listening to Yeah G'day.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is get into maths and just like scribble it down, because teachers usually give you a bit of time to like sort your things out.
Yeah.
Rachel,
I'd like to applaud and encourage her and all teens to play Yeah G'day loudly in public spaces well from their mobile phone speaker.
I can't tell you how many times I've been on the fucking tram and I've been like, God, it's quiet on here. I wish there was a teen playing some kind of rap music.
Put it in the playlist between the rap music and the I don't know, whatever
the new Teylor Swift
bullshit
song
they listen to now. And play it loudly. Make sure people can hear it.
Play it loud and proud. It's bloody un-Australian not to. Rachel, I want to commend you for just really living. And I do want to recommend that everyone gets to Ready Rooter. Get yourself a classic quarter. It's good. Red Rooster, if you want to sponsor us, that would actually be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Get yourself,
Send us chicken,
Get
please.
yourself a classic quarter. Try not to be too upset they don't have a sweet and sour sauce. That's, you can't win everything.
It's a travesty.
And then, I think go to school and just be like, you know what I learnt yesterday, sir? For $5, I can get more than I can get for $4 or something. I don't know. But yeah.
That would be technically correct, so he wouldn't be able to call you out on it. No, thank you, Rachel. Great letter.
Thank you for the letter, Rachel.
Great advice.
And if
We
you're
hope we
listening on loudspeaker, hey, you over there. Yeah, you. Stop looking at Rachel and her friends. They're fucking just getting by, all right? Don't be a dog.
Fuck. That ought to get the bus really going.
And that's when iTunes bumped us from being able to supply
How many
our
fucks are we
podcast
allowed to
them.
have?
I have no idea. I
anyway.
get 0. Good stuff. Good dad advice.
Fun times.
I think it was good dad advice.
Yeah, I think that was great.
Telling our daughter to stop doing school.
Yeah.
Timmy Green.
The Leonie
Huxtable.
Leonie Huxtable.
My sister. Leona. What have you got coming up?
I have a show in less than a week now at the Melbourne Fringe Festival.
Countdown is on. You excited,
It
mate?
is. I would use the word shit scared. But yes, no, I'm definitely excited. Gym with a T.
Yep.
Starts on Saturday.
Yes.
This coming Saturday. You'll probably be listening to this
after you've done
after
that
we've
first
recorded
show.
it.
Yeah.
You might... No, what?
After you've done... Oh, no, you'll be listening to this before the
You'll
show.
be hopefully
Next
you'll be
episode you'll hear.
Yeah. Next episode will be after the first show. But if you're in Melbourne, please come along.
If you know anyone in Melbourne, that's a big one as well.
Yeah. I'll share links through G'day.
Yep, this week.
This week. So if you want to buy tickets and you want to know where it is, come along. Say g'day afterwards.
Say G'day.
Say g'day. Hand me your letter for dadvice, or if you've seen Harold Holt around.
Yep.
And please come along, please.
At Tim's show, you can say G'day at the door for 50% off your ticket.
I don't think that's true.
Tell him it's good. Tell him Leon sent you.
Yeah, sure. And then Leon's going to cover the other half. What about you, Leon? You've got a show coming up too, mate.
Cover the other half. Hold on. I do. Talk show with myself starts on Monday the 25th of September.
After mine finishes.
Yep. So yours finishes on the 23rd, doesn't it?
That's correct.
Yeah. So Monday the 25th of September and Tuesday the 26th of September. There's a 9 p.m. show on Tuesday, which I think is quite exciting for people that want to see other shows. I am also, how you say, terrified. But I'm actually starting to get strangely excited. Like, I'm kind of getting very antsy for it.
It'll be fun. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I on Friday night did the dumbest thing ever, where I went to an open mic night for comedy and wasn't going to do it, and then did it. That was interesting. I'm pretty hilarious, so I've now got a couple of job offers. But
fabulous.
But yeah, no, it'll be good, and all the information's on that Melbourne Fringe website, and we'll share it on Facebook. And as I said, if you know people in Melbourne, that's a big one. If you're not here and you can't see it, we'll send a surrogate along.
Yeah, send someone.
Send him with a meat pie and a sausage roll.
We'll look after him real well.
Well, so well. As always, thank you. Oh, dear me. Oh, man. Now I've burped.
Now it'll help with that, mate.
Meat pie?
Meat pie, yeah.
As always, thank you to Teylor Smirl, Smirly T, for our cover art. It looks good.
Thank you to Curtis Fernance, Fern Tree Music. Follow him on Facebook and other social media, which I think he is also called Fern Tree Music. Thanks for our outroduction music. We didn't use anything else on this particular episode, but he supplies us with all our music needs.
And a lot of laughs.
And he's a good kid.
Cool, I think that's it. This was episode 7. Lucky number 7. Share it with someone that you love and share it with someone that you hate. That would be my recommendation.
Yeah.
Cool.
We are the gift that you can give to anybody.
Yeah, the gift that keeps on giving. Great. As always, yeah, g'day, Tim.
Yep, g'day, Leon.
Yeah, g'day, everyone.
Yeah, g'day, everyone. Catch you on the flippity flop.